Welcome back, folks. I have two decent gameplays of Tier 8 TDs for you. So the first one is the ISU-152 with the infamous BL-10 Troll Cannon. And I love this vehicle. I almost have 5 skills with this tank alone. So this is one of the most interesting, let alone Russian bias vehicles in the game because the BL-10. The BL-10 has 286mm of penetration with 750 alpha. The accuracy is alright, 0.4, so it's okay. Look at T29's 105mm, but if it does hit, it will penetrate most tier 8 vehicles or below. So basically shooting at a T34-3's turret, it penetrates, deals 3/4 of his health. So this tank destroyer is absolutely amazing. And when I initially started playing World of Tanks, I originally thought that high alpha means everything, so saw the ISU-152 with the 750 alpha, automatically went for it. Same goes for the SU-152. So yeah, the penetration is amazing, the alpha is amazing, the DPM is also pretty good too, surprisingly. So this tank destroyer reloads every 14.6 seconds with my crew, and that's crazy. So even though it's not really a tank destroyer, it's basically an assault gun, the armor is not the best. So here you can see I'm playing it as a assault gun, not as a tank destroyer, can't be in a bush. So almost most of the map became corridory, so you have to play close quarter combat with your TD. And vehicles with high alpha just means a lot of players will think twice before facing the ISU-152. So, love this vehicle. Highly recommend you getting one. And if you're playing the SU-152, fire gold shells with the high explosive anti-tank 152mm. It's just it chews up a lot of gold shells and money, but just ridiculous shooting tier 5s with 750 alpha, just no, not even fair. See a KV1 just evaporates it. The amount of rage. But yeah, love high alpha vehicles. The second clip is of the AT-15, but it's a little bit different. So this one has high alpha. The next gameplay has high rate of fire. So you can see the difference. But yeah, I'm playing it as an assault gun. Kind of panicking right now because 3-8, so losing, but it's alright. The high alpha would win if it's one-on-one. So I have the DPM, I have the high alpha, and the scare factor. So taking my time and just don't panic. So I do recommend getting the ISU-152 first. The AT-15 is skippable. So British tank destroyers are more like assault guns, whereas Russian tank destroyers are separated into two. One with high alpha, one with fast rate of fire, so it's up to you. But I chose the high alpha, and it just destroys people. Doesn't care. Tier 6 light tanks evaporates. Tier 6 medium evaporates. Tank destroyers doesn't matter. Blah. So highly recommend you getting one. The next TD I also recommend is likely the Waffenträgers, but that requires a little bit more skill because those things have no armor whatsoever. So here you can see my auto aim, just whatever. It's an AMX 5100. You don't need to hit anything. Just don't hit the tracks and you'll be fine. So it was 3.8, pull back to 9.9, surprisingly. So you could carry a lot of games with this vehicle. Now the loadout I have for this vehicle hasn't been changed for 3 years, so it's rammers, vents, and binoculars, because you don't really need enhanced gun lane drive since most tank destroyers are shooting from the back, so you should take your time aiming. But surprisingly, troll cannons are pretty accurate shooting on the move, so sometimes you just get lucky. But yeah, be sparse with your shots. Just take care. You can do cheeky shots when there's nobody left, so you could do that, but just take your time and try to cut off your opponents. So highly recommend the ISU-152, especially with the BL-10, just insane. You see that? That's like 60% of his health or 70% of his health just gone. Oh, it's a tier 8 medium. I shave off half his health with one round, and we'll shave off another half in 14-ish seconds. So crazy DPM. It does have some health to trade, so make sure you keep it before the battle ends. But it's a quick match, super easy. BL10 does almost all the work. If you see a target, it will penetrate. So aim time is long, but Russian guns, whatever. As long as you hit, it penetrates. So highly recommend it. Doesn't eat up gold shell, which is also a very big plus. So a lot of players think, oh, I need gold shells for higher tiers. Nope. Only carry 2 rounds of APCR. Almost never use it unless I'm fighting a mouse or something, but almost never use the gold shell. Sometimes use the high explosive against Waffenträgers, but this gun just does all the work. Just amazing. And it's pretty decent in terms of mobility. So it does turn alright, but it's based off the IS chassis, so it's alright. So use your brain, take common sense, and just don't rush artilleries head on unless you have cover. But there you go. That's the ISU-152 with a crazy alpha. Here is the AT-15 with substantially less alpha but higher rate of fire. So this is not a bad take to shore, but you have to play it differently. So the AT-15 is more focused on being roadblocks. It has the armor, it has the fast rate of fire to detract people and constantly permatrack people, so you should do that. Take advantage of where the cupola or where the double machine gun mini turret is located, because the cupola is smaller than the double machine gun mini turret, so a lot of players will shoot at the mini turret. But if you do have a wall of some sort of cover to your right hand side, you can cover up this vehicle's basically the ultimate weak spot, especially with the Tortoise. So I'm using this wall to cover up my weak spot, and the AT-15 is way better in terms of gun arc, because the AT-8 and the AT-7 has crappy gun arc. So take full advantage of the gun arc and some of the gun depression. There's not a lot, but take advantage and just constantly pop out shots. So here you can see I'm deterring a bunch of tier 8 heavies. Try to aim my shots and move a little bit after you shoot, because they will shoot at your weak spots. So if you jiggle, they might miss. So that's a tactic. That's not how you play light tanks, but don't correct them when they're making a mistake. So here you can see the ultimate camping spot for TDs, even though it's not really a TD, it's a assault gun. So use the cover. They're shooting up into my vehicle, so better sloping on my armor, and most tier 8s could not penetrate the front of the AT-15, so it's alright. Took a hit from the mantlet, I believe, or from, it's a 400 alpha hit, so it's from the prototype, the T-28 prototype, and it likely hit my mini turret, so whoops, but it has a lot of health. So this vehicle is basically slow with a lot of armor and health and rapid firing gun, so play it as somewhat of a heavy but mostly a roadblock with cover. And also, you don't have to face plant into heavy tanks, so you don't have to face hug and try to, shoot at their weak spot while they're face hugging you and shooting at your weak spot. Try to keep around 200 meters of distance where you can take advantage of your sniping fast rate of fire against their not that accurate guns. So yeah, there you go, folks. Super quick pull back, not really pull back, just pulled way out in front, and 9.2. Jeez, sick amounts of damage, but they just line up so easily. Oh, auto aim noob, that's my fault. The penetration is it's not that substantial, only 220ish compared to 286, but fast rate of fire means alright. Does have to readjust. Still penetrates the side of the turret, so not that bad. Did I penetrate? I don't know. Oh well. But that's pretty much it. So quick matches, super easy. Now originally when I'm playing tier 8s, when I had no tier 10s, I was really scared of tier 10s, but you shouldn't be. So a lot of vehicles are somewhat balanced. Tier 8s could stand up to tier 10s, but not all the time. So just don't be afraid and you should be fine. So shooting the drive wheel, and there goes the Tiger 2. So simplistic, one with high alpha, that's the ISU-152, and one with fast rate of fire, that's the AT-15. But both vehicles place differently, so there is somewhat of a balance, but the main reason a lot of players prefer the ISU-152 is because the easiness of playing it, whereas the AT-15 is slow and does get picked off. But there you go, folks. Try it out. And I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys next time. Peace.
Who are you? The proud Lord said that I must bow so low. Only a cat of a different coat, that's all the truth I know. A coat of gold, a coat of red, a lion still has claws, and mine are long and sharp.